Ladies and gentlemen, we are just a couple of weeks away from the start of the 11th anniversary, and I'm gonna be honest, I should have made this video as soon as I made my summon videos for the New Year's banners. Should you or should you not summon for these two summons? Now, I do realize, like I said, it's late, better late than never, but in the off chance that you're one of those people who was looking for this specific video because you were still on the fence, I hope this can help you, because my answer is a resounding no. I have had time to process, think about it, and reflect on my summons on these banners, and I think I can safely say it is not worth it. Even if the deals look enticing, even though the upside is there, where you could potentially get, you know, a really good shot at pulling Frieza, Gohan, you know, Mercenary Tao, Broly, it's not worth it. Because, and I'll just say, the equip add-on is garbage. That is not worth it. The double rates after the fact, also not worth it, because you are getting double rates on a banner that features all of these characters. So the chances of you getting a needle in a haystack just became two needles in the same haystack. That also isn't enough. You are summoning if you are truly a mega ultra dedicated fan of Kid Goku or Buhan or whatever, right? That is pretty much your only reason. And let me remind you the math behind all of this. To do a full set, you have to spend 200 stones. There are 3 sets available, so that would be 600 stones. If you do this on both the Dokkan Festival and the Carnival, that is 600 plus 600, that is 1200 stones. We burned all 1200 stones doing this, and collectively, for me, I don't know if this necessarily means anything for you guys, but as a whale, but still someone who likes to have every single iteration of every character maxed out, this was a pretty unrewarding experience. Not to mention my luck was pretty bad, that I think my final pull, I don't think I got the golden Frieza. I might be wrong here, I might be misremembering. I don't remember if I got the golden Frieza. But here's what I think ultimately might be the best point in favor of skipping. For those of you who still might not buy into what I'm saying, you might think, Toon, it's a really good deal. I'm summoning. I don't care what you say. First of all, do whatever you want. I am not forcing you. I am just giving you my opinions, but a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more concise this time, just because normally I'm kind of wishy-washy when it comes to this sort of thing, because it really just is up to you. But here, just because of how close we are, here's one way that could help you sort of assess if it's worth it. These characters are collectively the most recent releases that we've had over the past year. Barring the banner unit, all the Dokkan Festival and Carnival Legendary Summon releases, with a few exceptions, will be returning. Again, it's not like they're going to be gone forever. They will be back. So, between now and whenever these characters make their return, is it so crucial that you summon and try to get your hands on one of these characters or 2 of these characters so that you can use them between now and the start of the 11th anniversary? Because like we've been saying, anytime there's an impossible mission, just remember, the 11th anniversary comes along, you get those characters, you can go back and do these missions, no problem, right? So if that's the case, what is stopping you from saving and just getting your 11th anniversary characters to come back and conquer whatever obstacle that is currently in your way? Does it matter so much that you have to have whatever character from this banner or this one to tackle whatever objective you are trying to clear right now? And if you have a legitimate answer for it, then I suppose you have your answer and you should summon. But if you really take the time to think about it, I feel like in most cases, you will probably not find yourself in a situation where you must have PyCon before the 11th anniversary, or you must have, you know, LR Int Gohan before the 11th anniversary. I think that'll probably serve as the best deterrent from you guys summoning. Again, it looks nice. It really does. 20 stones for a banner unit, 30 stones for a Dokkan Festival category character that actually is relevant. It's not some, you know, like physical Turles. He's not just some throwaway. You know, it's funny. I was looking back at last year's banner. Last year, we had for 20, this was actually pretty good. For 20 stones, you could get a character that could be Extreme Z, Super Extreme Z Awakened. That was very nice. After that, we had category LR, category. I think it was, yeah, TUR category LR, TUR category LR. And then for the legendary one, it was just a banner unit, I think. And then it was just a yellow coin, carnival, yellow coin, carnival. I don't know if I'm totally objective by saying this, but this just looks better to me. And I think just because it spans a wider, I don't know. It spans a longer stretch of characters, but then again, it also makes it less likely that you're actually going to get who you may necessarily want. But I don't know. It just, for these sorts of like landmark banners, like this one and worldwide, we recently had a shift. The memorial stones originally before this last year was something where you could use those memorial stones to pick up any Dokkan Festival character from the history of Dokkan, stemming all the way back to even the super EZAs. But then, you know, we experienced this year, they changed it where those characters are no longer obtainable, and they narrowed down the window to like the last 2 years of Dokkan Fest releases. And while some would argue that's better for newer players because they get more recent characters, it also kind of stinks because the older characters are more likely to receive super EZAs, you know? And so I didn't like that choice, and they're kind of doing the same thing here. They're trimming down the fat, and they're kind of, you know, narrowing in on the more recent releases, which again, like I said, they'll return. It's not like they're never going to come back. They'll return, if anything, sooner than older characters would return. Like the old school super EZA caliber type characters never come back during celebrations. They only come back on special EZA banners. They never come back on actual like Dokkan Festival summonable banners, right? These guys would. So why take that option away? I don't know. This whole New Year's step up, maybe I'm whining here, but you know what? Some of you guys want me to whine occasionally. This one just didn't rub me the right way. I didn't find that these summons were actually that great. Even for someone like me, like even for me, these summons actually benefit me, as crazy as that sounds, but not this year. Anyway, honestly, the best thing that you can do to really get where I'm coming from is to just watch these summons, especially the Dokkan Festival one. These summons were pretty brutal considering how much I spent, and that's ultimately what might happen to some of you guys. Spending 200, 400, or 600 stones to get whatever it is you're trying to get from this may or may not even happen, and if it does happen, was it worth it? When we are just 2 weeks away from the 11th anniversary. Oops. 2 weeks away from this. January 28th is when this starts. I think it was around the 7th or 6th or 5th. I think it was like a week from now, maybe earlier, sometime around there, where we got our first like hint or teaser or something regarding the 11th anniversary or the anniversary coming up. So with that in mind, this is not going to be anything, by the way, the part 2. Is it really worth spending on this stuff considering how narrow down it is? I don't think so. I just don't. Go watch my summons, live vicariously through my summons, let my summons be your summoning fix, and just hang in there for a little bit longer. The best thing you can do is focus on what we've got coming up. We have some amazing EZAs coming up. The real pressure is going to be whether or not these EZAs deliver. Let's focus all of our energy on that. Will these EZAs actually be good? Will this guy, Beastful, Beastless, whatever Gohan, will he actually make a big comeback? Will he be one of the best? Will Orange Piccolo once again reclaim his title as the #1 unit in the game on the cusp of the 11th anniversary? These guys are the real prizes. Consider them your summons. And as a trade-off as well, you're not only going to be getting these EZAs, you're also going to be getting them for 68 stones given to you. You will be given 68 stones to awaken these guys. How nice is that? Oh, I know some people are going to be mad. I just realized if they split this up, it would have been 34 stones times 4. It would have been 136 stones? Ooh, I know some people are going to be mad. I mean, but it doesn't make sense. They use different metals, don't they? Well, these guys do. They use their own respective metals. These two, don't they use... I think they use each other's metals a little bit because they're LRs. We got a superhero. This guy... Hold on. Let's check it over here. I love how each Dokkan resource website has just the right amount of different useful things. They can't all be on the same No, they use different metals. Although this guy uses the Gamma 1 metals. But yeah, they could have honestly split them up. I know some people are going to be heated about that, but still. Big picture, these guys are where we should be focusing on, not these guys. Don't summon, in my opinion. If you don't care, do whatever you want. I still love you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below and leave in the comments your thoughts on the New Year's step up summons. Do you agree that these changes that they've been making have sort of been for the worse lately? Memorial Stones, New Year's. Did you summon? Will you summon? Did this video help either sway you for or against it? Let me know your thoughts overall in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you, the YouTube, know when I see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.